One of the hardest things to get started, especially post-COVID and now the springtime, is just getting moving. So we're gonna get your bodies moving today, but we're trying to get you moving functionally and connecting to your core, which is probably the hardest thing because we learned to turn it off during that time that we couldn't go out and play and do different things. And that's actually some of the interesting things we see, because we see out of shapeness or getting out of shape has nothing to do with age. We always think, we're older and when we get out of shape, we get injured and that's why we don't work out. But we found out with kids that didn't work out all through COVID that they got injured just as badly. We're seeing some of the worst incidents of ankle injuries, wrist injuries, extremity injuries post-COVID, as these kids are starting to get into full-time athleticism where they left off. So here's where they were pre-COVID athletically, and then they got down to here like everyone else did, and now here's the expectation of where they need to be athletically, only they're down here in terms of physicality, so they start working out and they get injured just like adults. We all thought since kids are young, they don't get injured, and the reality is they move a whole lot more than we do, and they're closer to fitness than we are. But when they go out of shape, they're just as out of shape and prone to injuries as we are as adults. So that's why we're going to work on that today. We're going to start from basics. We're going to start from stance. Our feet are going to be parallel, hips width apart. Here's your ASIS. Here's your pubic symphysis. Midway in between is that hips width apart. We want those feet parallel based on that second toe. You're going to push down big toe and the corresponding metatarsal heads, the outer four toes, especially that pinky toe, and finally your heel. 1/3 the weight is through the balls of your feet, 1/3 the weight is through your toes, and finally 1/3 the weight is through your heels. As 66% of the weight goes forward in your foot, so you're more on the forefoot than you're on the hind foot. Your knees are going to bend, externally rotate, your quads go on, your calves go on. This is time under tension, so we're working muscles and not joints as we fire up first chakra, your pelvic floor, second chakra, your lower abs, third chakra, your upper abs. Now you're going to draw your shoulder blades down and back, head over the top of your body. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. We're going to start out in stance because if you can correct stance, you can correct 90% of the problems in the body. So we're up right now, abs are engaged. We're going to do sit-ups from here. You're just going to suck in your tummy and then release. Suck it in, release. Jaws relaxed. Your job is to try to get your ab contraction to feel like it's happening on the inside of your abdomen instead of on the surface of your abdomen. Draw your rib cage closed, suck in that tummy, keep breathing. So why did these kids and adults who are deconditioned get extremity injuries? Because we get extremity injuries because we use our extremities instead of our core. So cutting, movement, different things come from our extremities, and we try to get them from our extremities, stopping ourselves, catching ourselves, falling over. Instead of getting it from our core, we get it into the extremities and we injure the extremities. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking your tummy, just a few more. And then from here, we're gonna go Cuban motion, rib cage goes side to side. You're sucking in your tummy, you're working on your best Latin dance movement. Your rib cage, it's like a typewriter, it's going side to side. Suck in that tummy as you do this. Smiles are up. Keep breathing. Keep your butt relaxed, your butt's not working at all. Your quads are still on, your calves are still on, side to side. Try to keep your shoulders level, suck in that tummy, chest up. Okay, now we're going to take the hips, send them side to side. That's a very different motion. It's okay if your knees bend on this one, but we want the abs engaged, suck in that tummy. Keep sucking in that tummy as we now take it into a hip circle. And I want a really clean, big hip circle, not using your butt, but using your abs instead. Keep breathing. Try to keep those shoulders level and motionless. Pretend they're little glasses of water on your shoulders, head, and in your heart that you don't want to spill. Suck in that tummy, opposite direction. See what it feels like to do this hip circle from your hips and not from your butt. Smiles are up. For the most part, your rib cage is not moving. Okay, now we're gonna go front back. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy. This is happening not from clenching your butt, but sucking in your abs. So your abs should go in each time. Get over here, Maria. Make sure your mic is on this time. Feel what it feels like to move those abs. Now, we're gonna do something different. We're gonna open and close your rib cage. So it's back and forward, back and forward. You're moving your rib cage. We're used to moving the hips. Now we're gonna move the rib cage. Keep the abs engaged. Figure out this motion. Because nothing in the human body has a single function. So as you're moving these parts of your bodies around, you are also moving your internal organs around. You're assisting vascular and lymphatic movement, exoplasmic flow, and then now you're gonna move your rib cage in a circular motion. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Get in here, Maria. Smiles are up. Move that rib cage. Now go in the opposite direction. You should feel your abs working. You should feel your internal obliques working. Those are part of your abs. Okay, and now we're gonna take it back down to hip motion. Move those hips, suck in your tummy. Keep first, second, third chakras on. This is time under tension, so we're using muscles and not joints. You shouldn't feel this in your low back at all. Opposite direction. Suck in that tummy. And now you're gonna bring your, right rib cage back and forward. Back and forward. It's okay if the shoulder goes with you, but what's not moving is the hips, because this is gonna work your obliques. You may feel this in your back a little, and that's the posterior, that's the external oblique in the rear working. Suck in that tummy. Don't clench your butt. And now you're gonna do the left side, same thing. You're primarily taking that left shoulder forward and backwards, left rib cage forward and backwards. You're not moving your hips. Suck in your tummy. Smiles are up. Oh, look who decided to visit us. Oh, she cannot get to her little. Can you get in? Okay, go. Okay. Now, you're gonna move your upper body in a twisting motion. You're sucking your tummy. Your hips are not moving. We usually move the hips. This time we're moving the upper body. Try to keep your head still. Oh, it's not gonna stay with us? Okay.
It's too on screen.
Yes. Okay, now arms at your side. As your hips move underneath you, sucking your tummy. The injuries that we saw in young people and elderly people as they decondition are the same distribution, which was kind of surprising. And sometimes even more devastating, and it's just that younger people move more than we do. So we're gonna get ourselves moving. Abs are nice and tight, sucking in your tummy. And now double time. We're looking for a center side ache as you suck in your tummy. Your butt clapping, your butt's nice and relaxed behind you. We're gonna go elbows up. Suck in that tummy. Shoulder blades are down and back. Elbows down. Smiles up. Elbows up. Suck in your tummy. Shoulder blades are down and back. Smiles are up. They sound like Unilab. Elbows are down. Suck in your tummy. And good. We're going to continue our movement as we roll out our feet. It seems like such an insignificant activity, but it's both powerful in telling your brain what's working and what's not working, and it's also getting you used to feeling what you're feeling. So abs are engaged, feet are parallel, legs are locked down on this one, knees are over tops of your feet, and your feet are parallel. As the small ball goes underneath the ball of your foot, You're rolling out the arches of your feet.
Under
Under the foot.
underneath the foot.
Yep. And you're gonna roll out your heels, smarty. Roll out the balls of your feet. Roll out your toes. Abs are nice and tight. This time, can you hear Mario? Say something, Mario.
Can you hear me? You can hear me. No?
Hey.
All right.
Okay, we're rolling out that feet. Our feet are parallel. Knees are over the tops of your feet. You're primarily moving from your hips. Any spot on your foot that feels sore has nothing to do with the ball. It has to do with how you're using your feet. And we want this to be uniform. And it should be feeling good.
We really need to color coordinate better, huh?
Yeah, we missed today.
We've been slacking.
So what we're trying to do is evolve how you're using your body to get a deeper awareness of how we're using the body and how we can do it better, and that we don't have to fall apart based upon what we think. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. You can keep the roller on the same side or move it to the opposite side. Either way is okay. Oh. Notice if your feet are sore, they should not be sore because your hips should be doing the work.
Oh no.
Yes. And this is all about work transfer. The work from your feet should almost immediately transfer into muscles like your quads, your glutes. So work goes from your feet to your hips. And that's why we have the knee joint in the middle, the largest joint in the body, and it only does one motion. It flexes and extends. It's a binary switch for work. So work, the analog feet go to the knees, and then they go to the hips, and then the core absorbs everything. Roll it out, keep those feet parallel. Abs are nice and tight. As we switch sides, the ball goes under the ball of your foot. We're gonna do a little toe action here. You're gonna bend your toes down like you're curling to grab the ball. Then you're gonna open your toes up and spread your toes. And then toes go together. Spread your toes. This is how the feet work. Abs are engaged. Notice when your abs wanna shut off. Don't let them shut off. Smiles are up. Keep your core connected to that foot. We need core connection all the way out to the farthest parts of our body at the most distance it is from our center. Okay, we're gonna switch feet. Same thing, curl your toes down like you're trying to pick up the ball, then open your toes up, separate, close down, open up, abs engaged, suck in your tummy. Woo! That's some crazy rain. None over there still. Okay. Now we're just going to take our feet off the ball for a second. We're just going to move around and just see what articulation of our feet feel like. Make sure that knee goes straight forward, straight back. Keep your abs engaged. Smiles are up. And then switch to the other side. Just feel what it feels like to move around. See what your ankle feels like. Feel what your toes feel like. Suck in that tummy. Okay, we're gonna switch back to this side. Your toes curl under. See what it feels like to roll over your toes. This is what they're supposed to do so they don't break off when you hit it on the coffee table. Do the other side. I have to say, the only time I ever wanted to pass out and simultaneously come out of a coma is when I ran my little toe into the coffee table. It's like I didn't know whether to pass out or scream. Okay, good. We're gonna do a little muscular work here. It's called releve. We're gonna go onto your tiptoes. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy, and we're gonna lower back down. Feel what it feels like to activate through your abdomen, to lift yourself up through your core. We want your abs working as much as your calves are working. See what balance feels like? Feel what it feels like to lift. Make sure you come up over the top of your first metatarsal head and don't let your ankles blow out. That should be 10.
10.
All right. I'm gonna step forward a little bit. We're gonna do something similar with the arms. I want you to reach out down to the ground like you're pushing into the ground like Iron Man.
Iron Man, take off.
Oops. Little disaster. It's okay. Okay, so we're doing our Iron Man. You're pushing down. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. You're gonna push down into the ground. Now, what we're gonna do is take our arms out to side like we're pushing out sideways as well. Abs are nice and tight, sucking your tummy. Your lat should be on, what's called your serratus anterior should be on, as you're now just pushing out to sides like you're pushing, you're inside a tube, pushing it apart. Keep your abs sucked in, push out, keep pushing out. Sideways, keep pushing out, lengthen. You're separating the distance between your two hands as we go up over the top of our heads. Reaching up, abs are nice and tight. Reach for the sky. You're gonna do more than Restaurant Buddha. You're gonna suck in your tummy, reach, and we're gonna bring it back down. Abs are nice and tight. You're pushing apart. Keep your lats on. Those are your back muscles that connect into your shoulder. Push away, keep that energy apart. If you've done this correctly, it should be slightly exhausting, and you'll need a rest at the bottom here. Shake out your arms. If you didn't, that will seem easy. Okay, so again, Iron Man, suck in your tummy, out to side. Keep reaching as far apart as you can. No cracking and popping. We're using muscles and not joints. Reach, like literally, push the walls apart. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy. Keep those abs engaged. This is work at the most distance from the body. Reach up, suck in that tummy. Keep pushing apart as we start bringing arms back down. Keep pushing apart. You're pushing the walls apart now. Pushing the ground apart. And now you're flying in the air and shake out your arms. Tiring, huh? If you do it correctly, it is. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna push down. This time your arms are gonna go back as far as you can. Keep your chest up, your head back. Abs nice and tight, quads are on. Suck in that tummy. Keep going back as far as you can go. And then you're gonna bring it back to neutral. Abs are nice and tight. Don't let your abs shut off at any point. Don't let your head come forward. Don't let your shoulders roll forward, but let your hands come back behind you. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. There'll be certain points your abs want to shut off. Don't let them shut off, and don't let your butt take over. Keep pushing away, like you're trying to get something as far away as you can from you. What number is that?
4.
Only 4. We're gonna do 5 of these. Abs, 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 abs. And rest. If you are doing this correctly, you should feel the palms of your hands like it's stretched into the palms of your hands. And because what you're literally doing is lengthening the nerve in your arm, and it's not used to it. You're also pulling down on your shoulders, so that's crimping up the blood supply, so your hands may get tingly. And that's okay. That's actually good. Quads alive, feet alive, abs on, first, second, third chakra. Iron Man to the ground, and now we're gonna go forward. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Notice when your abs want to shut off, keep them on. Keep pushing away. Reach as high as you possibly can reach, like you're stretching, except not your mouth. And abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy, reach up, and then you're gonna come back down. Suck in that tummy. Push up as far away as you can. We'll do 5 of these. These are pretty intense too, if you're doing them correctly. Abs engaged, arms come back up, push away, push away, push away. Suck in that tummy. Reach for the sky. Push away, push away, push away. Is that 2? Ooh, holy cow. Push away, push away. Abs, 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 abs. Push away. Push into the air. You're lifting up the world. You're Atlas. And come back down. Abs on. Keep breathing.
3.
Push away. Abs, 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 suck in that tummy. This is long lever. This is why this is so hard to do, and that's how come seldom do we do long lever in the upper body. And that is why putting on a ceiling fan is so hard to do. Last one. Reach down to the ground. Reach forward down to the ground. Reach forward towards us as far as you can. Reach toward the sky. Up, up, up. Start lifting. You're going to do your Atlas impression. Abs on. And then arms come back down again. Keep the tension on. Keep your abs on, quads on. Holy cow, who thought something so simple could be so hard? Shake out your arms. Okay, now we start the lower half of the body. You're going to need your roller, as always. We're going to take your left leg back behind your right leg. It's going to start out straight. Your abdomen's nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. We're going to start in this position with a high heel on the rear foot, front leg straight, knee over the top of your foot. You're going to suck in your tummy and then release. Just suck it in, release. Suck it in, release. Feel your quads working? This is time under tension, so we're working muscles, not joints. Okay. Keep that heel up. What number are we on?
10.
Okay. Now keep that heel up, arms go back behind you. Keep a straight spine. We want straight lower half. We want straight upper half. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. We're gonna hinge from the hip. As you go forward, straight spine. Abs nice and tight. We're gonna hold. Got logistical problems. Abs are nice and tight. Hold those abs in, arms back behind you, straight spine, stick your butt out. We're gonna hold it for 5 more seconds. Keep your abs engaged. Legs are straight, rear heel is off the ground.
2, 1.
And then we're gonna come back out. We're gonna do it again. The work should be in your butt, not your low back. If it's in your low back, you're using joints instead of muscles. We are working muscles instead of joints. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back, suck in that tummy. What number? All right. One last time. The reason we're holding this is long lever, and I want you to work on the details. Keep your hips back. Abs.
2, 1.
Good job. Come back up again. Abs nice and tight, suck in your tummy. You could put your hand on your roller. You're going to do a hip circle in this very funky position. Both legs stay straight. This has to come through your hips. Every athletic motion is hidden in a circle. That's why we do hip circles. Suck in that tummy. Number? Opposite direction. Suck in that tummy. That's when your abs shut off. Keep them on. Both legs are straight. Okay, we're switching legs. Okay, we're gonna start out with very straight legs. Right heel is high, knees are over the tops of your feet. I'm gonna angle it towards the camera a little bit. There we go. Knees are over tops of your feet, abs are nice and tight. Here we go again, suck in our tummy, we're doing sit-ups. First sit-ups. You're sucking in your tummy, finding that relationship to your abs with long extremities. Smiles are up. Ooh. Make sure those abs are working.
10.
Okay. Keep a straight spine. Keep your legs straight. We're going to hinge forward. Push your hips back. Abs are nice and tight. All the work's into your left butt cheek. And we're holding. Suck in your tummy.
2, 1.
Okay, come back up. Make sure you're staying over the first metatarsal head and that rear foot. Suck in your tummy. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. Straight spine. Time under tension. We're working muscles and not joints. Stick out your butt. No pressure in your low back. Chest up.
5.
Come back up. Suck in that tummy. And here we go again. Last one. Suck in the tummy, straight spine, no pressure in your low back. Push your hips back if you feel pressure in your low back, and tighten your abs.
2, 1.
And come back up. Stay up in this position. You can put your hand on the roller as we do hip circles. Work from your hips, work from your abs, not from your shoulders, knees, or butt. Suck in that tummy. Well, happy May. It became May.
10.
Opposite direction. That means you're 5 months into your New Year's resolution if you bothered to make one. If not, you're 5 months into failing at your New Year's resolution.
9, 10.
Okay, switch legs. Left leg goes back behind you. This time the front knee is bent. Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna first do this like we did with straight legs. Abs are nice and tight. We're hinging forward. You're sucking in your tummy. Arms go back behind you. We're gonna hinge forward and hold first.
We're not gonna do sit-ups?
Now, you guys have done enough. You're on top of your first metatarsal head. Your knees over the top of your foot. You're pushing your hips back. I guess we will do sit-ups. We'll do it in this position. Stay leaning forward, suck in your tummy, and then release. Suck in your tummy, release. This was Maria's idea. Suck in your tummy, release. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy, release. Keep breathing. Suck that tummy in.
10.
Okay, we're gonna come back up. Keep your abs engaged. Now that you know what it feels like, keep that front leg bent. Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna hinge forward. Go forward, keep your tummy sucked in, and then come back out of it. We're gonna do a really good bow. Suck in that tummy, hold your balance, smiles are up. 2, suck in that tummy. 3. Suck in that tummy. 4. 5. We're trying to evolve how you're moving. As Mari would say, we're trying to communicate to our body confidence. What number is that?
6.
I knew that. Because I was going to say 9.
7.
Make sure work is in your butt, because we're trying to reshape your butt and not some other body part.
8.
Suck that tummy in.
9. 10.
Okay, you're gonna stay in this forward position. Abs are nice and tight, sucking that tummy. We're gonna lift and lower that rear leg from the same spot each time. Sucking that tummy. Woo! Almost fell off balance. Knee over the top of your foot, abs engaged, sucking your tummy, time under tension.
10.
Okay. Come into standing, we're gonna do hip circles. You should be able to feel your butt now. If you feel your low back, it means you accidentally used your low back. Opposite direction.
That was only 8.
Okay, we're only doing it this way too.
8.
Okay, good. We're switching sides now. You're gonna take your right leg back behind you, knee is over the top of your foot, abs nice and tight. Make sure you're over first metatarsal head, abs are nice and tight. And I'm gonna move this so you can see. Arms go back behind you, suck in your tummy. We're gonna hinge forward, straight spine. All the work's in your butt. And now we're gonna do sit-ups as you suck in your tummy and then release. Suck in your tummy, then release. Hold that balance, stay in your core. Don't let the work go into your low back. Those are joints, we want muscles.
10.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna hinge forward, sucking in our tummy. We're bowing. Sucking your tummy. Nice good core stabilization. Knee over the top of your foot. Shoulder blades are down and back, so you're not rounding your spine or your shoulders to make this happen. You're having it happen through your left glute max. Smiles are up. Keep breathing. Keep the tummy sucked in, no pressure in your spine or your neck. Nothing in your low back. Nothing in your knees, because we're not changing angles at the knees. Sucking that tummy. What number is that?
9.
I knew that. Okay, stay forward. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy. Lift them, whoa, lower. Hold your balance. First, second, third chakras are on. Knees over the top of your foot. Suck in that tummy. Working your butt. Chest up. No pressure in your low back. What number?
8. 9. 10.
Okay, on to 2 feet. As we do our hip circles once again. Suck in that tummy. Make sure you have found your abs, found your butt, and no other part of your body. Opposite direction, because 8 was the number I chose in my head and Maria felt it.
8.
Okay. See, feels perfect.
Everybody feels cheated. I do.
Okay, we're gonna bend our knees, we're gonna go into squat. Your hips are gonna sink back, your spine is straight. It's like you're on an invisible stool that's just a little too high and your chest is up. You should feel this in your quads, your arms are back behind you, suck in your tummy. We're just gonna pump your arms back behind you. And I want you to really reach, like something's just out of reach and you're fanning it away or pushing it away. Chest up. Shoulder blades down back, suck in the tummy.
Long neck.
Long old neck. Smiles are up. You should feel this in your quads and your butt and your abs.
It's about 20.
Okay, we're gonna do about 40 then. Because this is important. Push those hips back. No pressure in your low back. No pressure in your knees. It's okay if your toes come off the ground. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back.
That's 40.
And good. Come back up to standing. Abs are nice and tight. Hip circles. So when your body gets fatigued, you're finding out the hip circles are the best way to restore your body. Is that 8?
10.
Opposite direction. That felt like too much. 8 feels perfect to me.
Always pushing yourself. 10.
Okay, we're gonna go back in that squat. Your leg's gonna go out the side. It's gonna feel very Vegas showtime. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. Watch to make sure the knees over top of your foot. Shoulder blades are down and back. See how we're on our big toes, basically, on our right foot? You're gonna hinge forward, suck in your tummy. Keep breathing. Smiles are up. What number are we on?
7.
I knew that.
8.
Suck in your tummies. It's easy to cheat.
9. 10.
Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy, knees over the top of your foot. Lift lower this foot. Suck in that tummy. No pressure in your low back, no pressure in your knee. It should be in muscles, quads, butt, abs, glute medius.
10.
Okay, switch side. Toe out. Okay, abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy, quads on, abs on, pelvic floor on, shoulder blades down and back, hinge forward. This is really good if you want to test and see if the water is hot or cold. You can just put a toe in, you don't have to fall into the water.
9. And 10.
Stay forward, chest up, abs nice and tight. You're going to lift lower this foot. Notice if one side was easier than the other. Suck in your tummy.
9. 10.
Okay, stand on 2 feet, hip circles. So there's a hashtag I really like on Instagram. It's don't turn your back on the ocean. And they have, I don't know why, it's all in Hawaii.
10.
Opposite direction, but it's people who turn their back on the ocean to take photos and waves take them out and they never learn. also an example of something called Schadenfreude. That's where you derive pleasure at someone else's misfortune. Okay, let's see, what leg did we leave off on? We're gonna take our now left leg back behind our right leg. The alignment, knee is not over the top of the foot on this one. Abs are nice and tight. This leg's back behind you, crossing midline. See how my feet are crossed midline? But both Mario and our feet are parallel. Get your feet parallel. Front knee is bent. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Once again, we're doing our sit-ups. You're sucking in your tummy and releasing. Suck it in, release. Suck it in, release. You use this more than you think. High heel in the rear foot. Suck it in, release. Suck it in, release. Suck it in, release. What number is that? That's like 8?
8.
See, 8's perfect.
9. 10.
Okay, here, arms back behind you, sucking your tummy. We're gonna hinge forward and then come back up. Keep breathing. Make sure the work is in the muscle and not in the joint. Sucking your tummy. Keep breathing.
8. 9. 10.
Okay. Staying in this position, abs are nice and tight. Shift more of the weight into the front leg as you lift, lower that rear foot. Ah! Abs. Good, we're switching sides. Woo, should feel like you've been shot in the ass. Oh, ball. Okay, same thing. Front leg is bent, knee is not over the top of your foot. Rear leg is crossing midline. Feet are parallel. I'm trying to aim at you guys. There's always interesting features of parallax with the camera. Abs are nice and tight. Arms are back behind you. As we do sit-ups, suck in that tummy, release, straight spine. All the work in your butt, suck in your tummy, release. Keep the shoulders as close to your butt as you can. With an extended spine. Okay, here we go. We're gonna hinge forward and then come back up. Notice if one side's easier than the other side. Abs are nice and tight. We're evolving the relationship with the body. High heel in the rear. Abs are stay engaged. Quads are on.
9. 10.
Okay, stay forward. Shift the weight forward. Abs nice and tight. You're going to lift, lower that rear leg without moving your upper body, hopefully. Foot always goes back to the same place. Suck in that tummy. Lift lower that rear leg. What number is that?
9. 10.
See? Ah! 8 is the perfect number. Suck in your tummy, shoulder blades are down and back, hip circle it again.
That's how you push yourself.
Opposite direction.
That was 8.
Oh, see? Perfect number, 8. Okay, good. So we have done a lot of things that kind of didn't take you into the angulation of your knees that we would like. So we're gonna go down into those deeper angles of the lower extremities. I was gonna use a ball, but I'm tired. Okay, your knee is on top of the block. That's your left knee, right foot is forward. We're gonna watch that alignment, head over the top of the knee. We want that. Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna just sit ups here first, just suck in your tummy, release, suck in your tummy, release, suck in your tummy, release. Keep breathing. Jaws relaxed, no tension in your neck.
9.
I knew that.
10.
Okay, abs are nice and tight. You're gonna do hip circles. If you took Saturday's class, I explained why we go over certain movements over and over in every class because they're fundamental to motion and we are quickest to lose them. That's why we have to go back to motions like this and make sure we can do a round circular motion over the top of the hip so we don't wear out the hip ununiformly. Go in the opposite direction. And we're dealing with a lot of people who are getting hip replacements right now, and it's because of non-uniform hip motion and balance across the two hips. Suck in that tummy. Okay, good. We're gonna push those hips forward. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna pump those hips forward and then side to side. Try not to move your head once again. And I promise you, this is motions that you wouldn't typically use during a day. That's why we have to practice them now. Take that right hand, grab that foot. Especially this one. How often do you pick up your foot in the middle of the day?
And look at the bottom of your foot.
Yeah.
It's been painted into a different color.
So Maria and I have been working at her new place and we've been doing it barefooted. Oh, my feet are a little bit better than hers, but her feet are gray.
It's like the new barefoot
Yeah.
soles.
Yeah, the new 5 fingers, Mario has them. They just paint the bottom of your foot. Now hip side to side, keep stretching. Rectus femoris is so important for upright posture. No pressure in your low back. If you do, feel pressure there, tighten your abs. Chest open. Let's go a little deeper, stretch a little deeper. Just so important. Okay, we're gonna just take your right leg across the midline. You're gonna take your left arm forward. You're gonna keep reaching forward as you now take your left arm and reach, right arm and reach the rear as your left arm is going forward. In contralateral motion, suck in your tummy. We're stretching muscles and not joints, so you should not feel this in your back, your knee, your ankle, neck, or shoulders. Suck in your tummy. Shoulder joints, that's what I meant to say. Suck in your tummy. Good, come back up. We're gonna switch sides before we do fun stuff. Okay, start out with your head over the top of the block. Then we're gonna hip circle it. Suck in that tummy. It really shows you how much or how little we use core connection to the extremities, and as we get tired, it's really easy to use the extremities because we've gotten strong in the extremities. Opposite direction. It's also surprising when you see a baby for the first time and you see how weak they are. It's what they don't have is extremity strength. They have core strength. They can flip over better than we can. They can roll and they can twist because they spent 9 months in a womb just thrashing around. Okay, push forward, abs nice and tight. Suck in your tummy, pump a few times, and then you're gonna go side to side. Opening up, this is the rectus femoris. Try not to move your head, smiles are up. Keep your abs engaged, no pressure in your low back. Okay, take your left hand, grab a hold of your right foot, you're gonna pull it forward. Abs are nice and tight, we're stretching. You're just feeling that stretch. Shoulder blades are down and back, abs are nice and tight, suck in that tummy. And you can add a twist to the left now. Get that stretch deep into the rectus femoris and all your quad muscles. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. Okay. Release that leg. You're gonna take that left leg across midline straight. You're gonna reach with your left hand. Reach, retreat. You're gonna take your right hand back behind you. You're gonna keep your abs engaged. It's your abs that are protecting you. Suck in your tummy. Chest up. Come back up. We're gonna come into kneeling. So we usually do some of this work with the block. We're gonna do it without the block today. We're just gonna do 5 of these. So I have to tell you some of the things that I've learned from working at Maria's new place. One, don't leave the paint can on top of the ladder and think you can move the ladder. This was a big mistake I made day before yesterday. It took forever to get all the paint off of me, but I now know. And I didn't think silly things like brush strokes matter when you're painting, but if you go in all sorts of different directions when the paint dries, it looks like you made snowflakes everywhere.
Mr. Miyagi knew what he was talking about.
Yes, it is. Paint the fence. Wax on, wax off. Okay, here we go. You're gonna take your right leg forward, you're curling your toes under. We're only gonna do 5 of these. You're gonna lift your knee 1 inch off the ground and then go back down. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking your tummy. It's all about ab connection. You think it's about leg connection? It's not even about your knees, it's about your abs. Watch the alignment, knee over the top of foot.
That's 5.
Yay, okay. Switch sides, I told you we were only gonna do 5. Because when you're scrubbing the floor like Mario was, you're gonna need to do this activity several times. Abs engage, your abs are creating a lift up. 1. Okay, watch the alignment, knee over the top of foot, quad muscles are on, lifting from your abs. What number is that?
5.
5. Oh, good. Coming to kneeling, you should feel your quads. And since most people's quads are tight, you're gonna accidentally think it's your knees that you feel. You don't feel your knees, you feel the tightness of your quads, and that's why we're gonna stretch them out right now. You're gonna grab your blocks. We're gonna do some more sit-ups here. You're gonna lean back. Knees stay together, abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy and releasing. Sucking in your tummy, releasing. Mouths are up, shoulder blades are down and back. Oh, before I forget, we're teaching Saturday BioFunctional basic class at Blue Lotus on Poly. 1300 Kalaheo. What?
Kailua.
Kailua Road, 1300 Kailua Road, that's it. Okay?
The Poly studio we were always at.
Yes. Lift those knees up. That's the easier way of saying it. Suck in your tummy. Just stretch out your feet and the front of your shins. This is stomach channel. Very important to open up, especially if you're a thinker and planner. Okay. Don't look at my belly. It's fine. Curl your toes under. We're stretching out the plantar fascia of your foot and your Achilles tendon into your calves. Push those heels back. Keep waddling them back until there's no pressure in your metatarsal heads. Those are knuckles of your toes. Okay, then you're gonna lean back. And if you feel pressure in those metatarsal heads, your knuckles of your toes, that means your heels need to go back. Suck in your tummy, smiles up, chest up. We're doing our sit-ups again. Suck in that tummy, suck in that tummy. Eight. It's fine.
9. 10.
Okay, now you're gonna go high on the block. We're gonna push our hips forward. Bring your knees together, which your knees aren't gonna like. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. Suck in that tummy. Suck it in, suck it in, suck it in. Nothing wrong with the time.
9. 10.
Okay, we're gonna go nice and tall. You're gonna be in high knees. You're just gonna interlock your fingers, take them over the top of your head, suck in that tummy as you go side to side. Oh, oh. Keep your abs engaged, suck in that tummy. Don't over clench your butt. Don't put pressure in your low back. It should be ab protected, core stabilization. Okay, good. You're gonna use your block and a ball as we do a tiny bit of pelvic floor before we do ab work. Oh. Ball's midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. We're gonna do some of the torso motions we did at the beginning. So squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. We're gonna move our rib cage side to side in a nice Cuban motion. Stay lifted through your abdomen. Keep your head over the top of the ball. Don't use your jaw to move your rib cage. Smiles are up. Okay, now we're gonna go front and back. That doesn't mean open up your rib cage, that means move your spine. Keep your pelvic floor on the whole time, so keep that tummy sucked in. Jaws relaxed. Keep breathing. Okay, interlock your fingers over the top of your head. We're going to do torso motion. Keep your pelvic floor on, keep your abs on. Don't forget to do extension. We get so good at flexion because that's where work is done. Our nose against the grindstone.
Opposite direction.
Back in the 1920s through 1940s, Sweden did something really cool. Since most of the country was farming at that time, they incorporated standing up straight exercises because they did so much work forward, and that's why that whole generation has beautiful posture. They kind of lost it recently. That's why when you go to Sweden, you still see remnants of good posture, but not like it was in the 40s and 50s, and it carried into the 60s and 70s and kind of melted away after that. So you have to work at stuff. Chest up, shoulder blades down and back, abs nice and tight. We're going to do pelvic floor squeezes. I want you to squeeze that ball and then release. Squeeze the ball and release. Nothing takes away life like a weak pelvic floor. You're afraid to go out, you're afraid to stray far from a bathroom, you don't want to laugh, you don't want to cough, you don't want to sneeze, because things happen.
Skip or jump.
Yeah, no hop, skipping, and jump. And you end up sitting down with your legs crossed all the time, because that's a way of cheating your pelvic floor. So we're working on it.
20.
Okay, just take your right leg forward. Chest up nice and tall. Suck in your tummy. We're going to do the same pelvic floor squeezes. It's a little asymmetrical. Keep breathing. Okay. And switch sides. Chest up nice and tall. Pelvic floor squeezes. Abs sucked in. Okay, good. Both legs forward. Abs are nice and tight, chest up. We're gonna suck that tummy in, release. We're just squeezing the pelvic floor. Different positions of the pelvic floor. Make sure that ball's midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone. Good. Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna finish out with the pelvic floor ballistic stabilization. You're gonna just bounce. You can add the Mario Fun Time twist. That works on your balance, works on your smiles, makes you know what to do when you see someone for the first time in a long time. You just get like, you're happy to see them.
If you're feeling sad, just think of pelvic floor dance parties.
Yes, exactly. Or speed up this section, one of the two things. Okay, hands back on your knees. We're gonna go into recovery position. We're gonna suck in our tummy and release. Suck in our tummy, release. Suck in our tummy, release. From here, we're going to do a forward fold, and Maria's going to take us through working in the abs in this position.
Okay, so we're going to really start by focusing on our feet, grounding the tripod of our feet into the mat, lifting the arches of our feet, pulling that energy all the way up our inner thighs, connecting and lifting through the pelvic floor. Engage your lower abs. Suck the belly button toward your spine. Bring the rib cage closer to your pubic bone. Pulling the shoulder blades down and back. Elongating the back of your neck.
And now we're going to do our sit-ups here. You're going to suck in your tummy and release. Suck in your tummy, release. You're using your abs to pull you deeper into this forward fold.
Try to visualize as you exhale, pull the belly button towards your spine. You're bringing the pubic bone and rib cage closer together.
Isn't good. Go ahead and bend your knees. We're going to come into kneeling right away. That way you don't have to adjust your blood pressure. We're going to counter stretch immediately. You're going to take your ball and put it in the small of your back. And you're going to arch over the top of the ball as we rock from side to side. Remember to breathe. You're lengthening your abdominal muscles, you're lengthening your psoas muscles. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back, but keep your first, second, third chakras fired up and engaged. Like someone might drop a bowling ball on your belly. Okay, we're gonna sit up again. Ball goes in the small of your back, your legs are straight first, and your arms are back behind you. Okay, we're going to do sit-ups, suck in your tummy, release, suck in your tummy, release. We're only going to do a few abs because we should have been doing abs the whole time. Not all abs are done on your back. Some of them are. These ones will be. Suck that tummy in, change the shape of your abdomen or it's never going to change shape. Okay, arms out in front of you. We're going to do the long arm Iron Man motions. You're going to like shooting your lasers up into the air, up over the top of your head, and then back forward. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. This is abdominal stabilization with shoulder stabilization. Suck in that tummy. Rocket Man, or Iron Man. Why do you keep getting Rocket Man? That's Elton John. Abs. Suck in that tummy. Change the shape of your abdomen. No pressure in your low back, neck, or shoulders because your abs taking up the work. What number is that? Oh my goodness. Maybe we'll do just 8. Seventh?
Yep.
8. We'll continue 2 more.
Oh.
Mario Wood doesn't like a quitter. 9. 1 more. Abs. No pressure in any other part of your body except your abs. Okay, hands go back behind you. You're recovering. Take a deep breath in. It's so interesting how many people we see when they recover something strenuous, they don't take a deep breath in. I worked the finish line at the Santa Barbara Marathon, and it was amazing how many people crossed the finish line and either vomited or they went into shallow breathing. And half the time what I had to do is walk them after they crossed the finish line with a team of people and make them deep breathe because they were just shallow breathing. So when you finish something strenuous, make sure to breathe. Reoxygenate. And now ball goes underneath your sacrum. Oh, last things, this is just fun things. This is underneath your sacrum, your legs go straight. Your toes are pointing towards your nose. Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna start out just pumping your toes to your nose, keeping your legs straight, opening up your calf muscle, but we're getting the secondary heart, the soleus muscle, to start pumping blood back to your heart and to your brain. So your feet won't have more blood than your brain, because I think the brain needs more blood than your feet. because you don't want your feet smarter than your brain. Okay, and now we're just going to bend the knees, drop them. So reset, drop them. Non-gravitational weight, non-weight bearing. So there should be no pressure or discomfort in the knees. If there is, figure out what muscles you have to tighten and stabilize so there's no longer pressure in your knees, because this is essential motion of the knees. Keep your abs on, shoulder blades down and back. And then we're going to straighten the legs. We're going to take your legs apart. Oh. You're working your adductors, which tend to shorten if you sit a lot. Unless you ride horses, you can wiggle your legs around as you do this, but keep your abs engaged. Ah, yay. All right, lift your butt up off the ball. See what the ball ground feels like underneath your back. As we now lay on the roller lengthwise. Your butt's going to be at one end, head's at the other end. See what it feels like to have your feet parallel, knees over tops of your feet. Feel what it feels like to have elongated your shoulders and have your lower extremities stabilized and worked. You should feel your hips. You should feel your quads. You should feel your lats. You should feel all of your abdomen, that's your pelvic floor, upper abs and lower abs. And being on this roller, you're going to feel what it feels like to have your head over the top of your pelvic floor. So breathe. You've come so very far. You've activated parts of your body you probably didn't want to use or don't use during the day, so it could be mentally stressful. So just let your mind clear. Let your body recover with breathing. Feel and appreciate that you can move your body. Feel and appreciate the symmetry of your body. And even if you have muscular imbalance, feel and appreciate that you can feel it now and you can make a change. Continue to breathe as you stay on the roller. I'm going to sit up just to bring you guys home. Feel the length of your spine. Feel the elongation of all your organs and how they're not compressed anymore. Feel the massage of your breath on all your internal organs and your body. Feel what it feels like to come into your center. Feel what it feels like to come into meditation. Feel what it feels like to appreciate. On behalf of Marty and me, we just want to say we appreciate you guys for showing up, doing the crazy things we ask you to do, being open and being supportive and loving. Thank you, and namaste.
Namaste. As you rotate your neck, as it goes into extension, engage your upper abs. As it comes down, in flexion, try to engage the lower abs. Transition through your obliques. Coordinate with your breath. So you're really trying to draw a circular motion with your neck at the same time, that same circle through your abdomen. Going in the opposite direction, reversing that circle through your abdomen. Extension, upper abs, flexion, pelvic floor, lower abs.